Hello, it's some dust or something. I'm here today because I wanted to do a video on the Pachycephalosaurus. This is legitimately one of my favorite herbivores ever, and when it came out in Path of Titans, I was super excited to try it, and even then, I think this thing exceeds expectations. This is a crazy agile dinosaur, probably among some of the fastest, highest jumping, best stamina, lowest fall damage. Like, there's a lot to work with here. This thing is just like a master of dino parkour. So I'm gonna kind of go over with you how I run it, what I think about it, what it's good against, what it's good and bad for, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. So obviously, with my hotbar down there, you can see I'm running a headbutt, a tail whap, and a charge, which, let me... See what I mean about the fall damage? Like, that was a pretty big fall, and it didn't even do that much. And the charge. Which really doesn't use that much stamina. The cool thing about that charge as well is that it does have knockback. However, the knockback's not going to be that much. If anything's much bigger than you, you're probably not going to knock it back too much. But it is nice. There are some shenanigans you can run with it. Let's see. So you can only run the headbutt, the charge. You do have a choice on the back limb here. I have it set to leap because I think this thing's jump is actually really good with the leap. And as you can see, it does reduce stamina. This can get you out of a lot of really rough situations. And then you can get distance runner for the stamina increase. But honestly, this thing's stamina is already really solid. Like, I can run for a really long time. I can use several of those charges. It is never an issue. And I think there's a baby Spino over there sending me a friend invite. He probably doesn't know. He can't group with a herbivore. But as far as like combat capabilities, the knockback does a pretty good bit of damage. You're really set more toward hit and run tactics. Don't be trying to face tank anything. You're really going to be wanting to shoot for windows and avoid attacks, which is really easy to do because, like I said, you're fast, you're agile. It's got a crazy jump. Like, all in all, just a super good dino to play as. You are very weak. You're light, and you do not have good defense. If we're looking at the other abilities here, you can run Scavenger or Herbivore. And the Scavenger is what really throws a lot of people off, because you can run a carnivorous Packy, which means you never know what they're going to be when you see one. The thing is, if they are a carnivore, they're going to have fast food and water drain. With the hide, you have standard, thick scales, and thin hide, depending on how you run it. I've considered switching to thin just to really get the most out of my agility, but the thing is, this thing is already so frail. I really don't want to, I don't want to get one-shot by things, which I can see happening because the Packy really can't take hits. Does that do it for all of our abilities and stuff? Hold on. Yeah, I think I hit everything. You've got the tail attack too. Let's talk matchups. Today has been a pretty fun day for me. I've hunted and won fights against a Pycno, Deinonychus, and a Megalania, all solo. I have not died today, even though I've been jumping off of cliffs like a madman because I can, because the Packy's insane and takes like no fall damage for some reason. Really, I've heard people say that they've hunted T-Rexes and stuff playing as the Packy, which I can see if you're super good. This is one of those dinos where the skill cap is kind of going to be the thing for you. It's not going to be easy to kill things, but you can do it. You got the kit there. You're just a really fast dinosaur that should be using the terrain to your advantage. Matchups, I mean, I'm not super scared of like Metries or Conks. Like I said, I killed a Meg. I killed a Pycno, which is crazy. Raptors are no problem, the smaller dinos. Okay. With all that being said, let's get into the calls, starting with the broadcast. Then we have the heart call, the aggro, the alert. This one right here is my favorite, the low call. I just really love how, like, clacky it is. You got the shake it off, and a look around. So yeah, nothing too crazy there as far as like calls and animations. It's pretty run-of-the-mill. Then if we go to skin, you've got your default here, which actually isn't bad. Backer, scaled, stone, which might be what I go for next. Collared, banded, briar, serpent, dragon, floral, and of course melanistic and albino. This thing, if you're looking for a dinosaur that's going to cross the map, no problem. You don't have to worry about falling off cliffs. You just want to grind for a bit. It's easy to get away from dinosaurs. And fighting off the small stuff, this is a great dino for you. This is a great dinosaur to keep the PvP pressure on things if you're in a herd. Anything tries to run away from you, it's pretty easy for you to stay on top of it. Pretty fun to play. I'm not going to say it's like a good meta pick, because unless you are really, really good with this thing and using it to your full advantage, you're not going to have an easy time winning that many fights just because of how light you are and how frail you are. But, I mean, you do have the cool ability with the knockback charge, and you can do some okay DPS. Is it worth it? I think it's worth it. I think this thing is sick. I think it's a lot of fun to play as. It's fun to run down mountains without a care in the world, and a pack of these things can be pretty scary. So, it gets my endorsement. I love this thing. The different subspecies all look really cool, too. I think this is the speed one. But yeah, with all that said, that is the Pachycephalosaurus. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this encourages you to look into growing your own Pachycephalosaurus. But anyway, yeah, thanks again for watching, and have a great day.